Hi everyone, happy learning. Hope you are enjoying all the technical sessions. Based on the response from the viewers, I have managed to take a session on Amazon EC2. The previous video were enjoyed by many learners, and based on that I got a requirement or maybe a request from people like I should have a detailed session on Amazon EC2. So that is the reason we are meeting today. So we'll see what Amazon EC2 or the detailed information about Amazon EC2. So stay tuned. Now you know we'll move forward to the our session. This is all about me. My name is Purushottam. I'm currently working in one of the largest MNC as a general manager. I have overall 17 plus years of experience in cloud, SAP, and overall IT technology. I have 30 plus global certification in the technology, and with that, I'm sharing my knowledge, my experience with all of you. So I hope you are enjoying with all the information or the knowledge I'm sharing here. This is the agenda for today's session. So we'll see what EC2 is, the key feature, instance types of EC2, then the pricing options, security features, storage options for EC2, how to launch an EC2 instance, use cases of EC2, and the last one is about the conclusion of overall sessions. Okay, so let us move forward and understand like what EC2 is. So EC2 is Elastic Compute Cloud in AWS. It is a web service that provides resizable compute capacity in the cloud. It allows user to run virtual servers known as instances on demand, giving them the flexibility to scale the computing resources up or down based on their needs. EC2 instances can be configured with various operating systems, hardware specifications, and network settings, making it a versatile tool for hosting applications, websites, and other services. The key features of EC2 is having ability to launch and manage virtual servers on demand. The purpose for EC2 is to run applications, host website, and process data without needing any physical hardware. So here basically, any organization runs many applications, web applications like SAP or non-SAP applications. If it is a bank, then they run a banking applications. So all those they can run on the virtual servers. Here in AWS, we call it as instances. They can run their application, their websites, and many reports like in banking we can see on a year end they need to run many reports. For that they need additional compute. So if we are not using EC2 or a public cloud or AWS or any other cloud, then in that case we need to have a physical hardware and that is too costly. So the benefit of EC2 is like we can easily spin the instance and we can use. Now let us see the key features of EC2. Though the first one is scalability, wherein it is easily scalable, so we can easily scale up or scale down based on our demand. So in previous slide I said, like for example in merchant, if a business wants to do some reporting, or do some financial transaction, so in that case the infrastructure requirement is high. So here, this feature will be very useful wherein, we can easily scale up or scale down the instance. The second one is variety of instance type, wherein, we can optimize for various use cases. For example, compute, memory, storage. So, we can easily optimize the CPU memory or the disk. The third one is pay as you go pricing, wherein, flexible pricing models to reduce the cost. So again, this point relates to the point number one, wherein based on our need, we can increase the resources, we can decrease the resources, and when the resources will be increased, the pricing will be increased. When resources will be decreased, pricing will be decreased. So it is a flexible model we are having. Like when we need a high resources, that time only we need to pay. When we don't need a resources, we can reduce it, and we can reduce the costing as well. The fourth one is security, wherein it is integrated with AWS security features such as IAM, VPC, security groups, and so on. So all these securities groups we will be covering in the another slide. But yeah, for your references, so these are the integrated security features you get in EC2 instance. So this is about the types of EC2 instance. So there are multiple types which we will see here. So the one is a general purpose, wherein we get a balanced compute, memory, and network. The second one is compute optimize. So it is for compute intensive task. So for example, which operations or which task we need a compute. So for that we can use the compute optimize. Memory optimize is for high performance databases and in-memory caches. So you must be aware about Hexadata, which is the database technology provided by the Oracle, or SAP HANA, which is the database technology of SAP. So these are all in-memory database technology. So for that, we need a memory optimized instances. So these instances can be used for that. The fourth one is storage optimized, which is the which provides the high throughput or low latency storage workload. So wherein we need a very quick response from the storage, or high IOPS. So in that case, we use the storage optimized, wherein the throughput is very high and the latency is very low. So we can easily access the data in a very shortest time and get the data. The last one is accelerated computing, wherein it can be used for a GPU and FPGA workload. So, for example, if it is related to gaming or video buffering, so in that case we can use the accelerated computing. This is about the pricing options for EC2 instance. So as we saw, like we can have the on-demand instances wherein we can pay per hour or pay per second. So for example, if there is any operation you need to run, or there is any report you need to run. So for example, if we go in a manufacturing industry, what they do is, or if you take an example of banking, so normally what bank do, so after their working hour they do the financial calculations, they run the report after banking hours, the daily transaction and all that. So here we can see the on-demand instances is for that purpose only, wherein we can use for that specific period in which we are using that instance. So on-demand instance is for that, wherein for that specific period only they will be charging us. The second one is reserved instance, wherein discounted pricing for 1 or 3 year commitment. So reserved instances, for example, it is not auto scalable. Basically, here we have a reserved compute. For example, whatever is your requirement, that requirement, we can based on that requirement we can create an instance, and that instance will have those resources as a reserved. So this fixed resource you will be having for that instances, so you cannot automatically scale up or scale down. For example, in HANA you can consider, like, we need to reserve the memory. We cannot keep it as auto scalable, because HANA needs a memory, because if there is a need and if memory is low, then it may not perform. So in that case, or even in Oracle case, we need to fix the memory parameter we need to configure. For that we need a reserve instances, so this instance can be used in that case. The third one is spot instances, wherein bid for unused capacity or lower prices, wherein requirement is very low. The fourth one is saving plans, which is flexible pricing options based on the usage over a time. So here basically we get a flexibility in this instance. This is all about the security features for EC2. So we saw in another slide like what all security features EC2 provides. So so there are many, but the largely used security features I have covered here. So the first one is VPC, that is virtual private cloud, wherein we can isolate the instances within a private network. So it will be isolated, so you will not get any unwanted traffic or unwanted access. The second one is security groups, wherein we can configure inbound and outbound traffic for the instances, so that normally we can see like the instance got attack, or there is a DDoS attack, or unwanted access, or access requests are coming to this to the instances. So here in this feature, in this feature, uh, I'm so sorry. So here the third one is IAM roles. Here, we can grant permission to EC2 instances to access AWS resources. So in IAM roles, basically, which all the administrator or which all the people we need, we wanted them to give the access. We can have those restriction that we can have the people having the permission, having the access for the EC2 instance. The fourth one is encryption, wherein we can encrypt data at rest in the transit. So that data will be encrypted so that nobody can get access to that data and see like what all data is there. So when the data is encrypted, nobody can see it, what it has, what is the input information is there. Okay. Now, these are the storage options for EC2. So the first one is Amazon EBS, that is Elastic Block Storage, wherein the persistent block storage for EC2. Mm, So in EBS, basically it is a persistent block storage, so that we can we can use it based on our need. The second one is instance store, wherein temporary storage tiered is provided. For example, if we have any temporary need, then we can use this instance store. The third one is Amazon EFS, that is Elastic File System, which is the scalable file storage that can be shared across the instances. So basically, this is the shared file system which we can use on any instance, and it is a scalable so that we can upgrade or increase or reduce the file system size. The last one is Amazon S3, which is largely used for the object storage. And basically, when there is a file system which is needed for backup purpose or archiving purpose, so S3 basically is getting used, and it is the largely used storage options because in many cases, people store the data on the cloud or backup on the cloud. So in that case, people use Amazon S3. Now let us see like how we can launch an EC2 instance. So these are the five steps which we have jotted down here. So when you wanted to launch an EC2 instance, you need to choose an Amazon image which you want to run. So for example, if you want a Windows system, you need to select a Windows system. If you want to use a Linux system or memory optimized, so there are many instance images are there, so you need to choose that image. The second one is you need to select an instance type based on your need. So we saw the instance type, whether it is a cost optimized or memory optimized or storage optimized. So based on your requirement, you need to select an instance type. The third one is configure instance setting, wherein you can configure the network, security, who can have access, and what kind of access or what level of access you can decide there. The fourth one is select the storage, like what is which type of storage you need, what is the storage size you need, IAPS and all that you can configure. The fifth one is then launch and connect to the instance using SSH if it is a Linux system. If it is a Windows, then you can use the RADB to access the your EC2 instance. Now, these are the use cases of EC2, like wherein which all requirement you use, or which all cases you can use. So, web hosting purpose, wherein you can deploy your website or web applications. The data processing, wherein you can run the big data loads or batch processings. Machine learning, wherein you can train and deploy the machine learning models. Development and testing, wherein you can test the software in flexible and cost effective environment. The conclusion of overall session is the EC2 is the scalable, flexible, and cost effective compute resource. The benefit of EC2 is it is a easy to use, it is a secure and integrated well with other AWS services. The next step after this session is to start exploring EC2 with AWS free tier or a small scale deployment, so that you can get a hands-on. And what all we saw in this session, you will practically get a feel of it, or you will practically learn, or get those knowledge or those skills about the EC2. So thank you for watching this session. If you have any question, any suggestion, any query, feel free to paste it in comments, and I'll definitely get back to you. So thank you for attending this session. Happy learning. Have a good day.